Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to solve the problem number 53 of Leetcode, maximum subarray. It's a medium problem. Let me read out the problem statement. It says that given an integer array nums, find the subarray with the largest sum and return its sum. So as usual, we find the keywords. We have to find the largest sum for a subarray. It's a subarray and it is an integer array. So in this integer array, I can see there are negative elements as well. Since we have negative and positive elements, so we can safely assume that we have negative elements allowed, we have positive elements allowed, we have zero allowed as well. And if we see the constraint, I can see that each element ranges between minus 10 to the 4 to 10 to the 4, and I see the length of the array input array is between 1 to 10 to the 5 both included. That means I cannot have an empty array. So usually we should have a check where we should think about edge cases. When in this case there is no empty array, if let's say that we have a single element, in that case the element itself is the largest sum that is possible. So if we let's say we have two elements, minus 2 and 1, in this case there is two possibilities. First one is either we take minus 1. Okay, before that let's understand what is a subarray. A subarray is a continuous set of elements or element that is present inside an array. You could say it's a subset of a set. For example, let's assume nums is a set and minus 2 1 is subset of it. It's different from subsequence. Subsequence, it is a contiguous sequence which preserves the relative ordering, but in between we may have some element disappearing or may not have some elements. For example, minus 2 1 and this one is a subsequence. Minus 2 1 and 5 is a subsequence because it preserves the relative ordering of elements inside this array, and we have some elements that are not present in minus 2 1 and 5 subsequence, minus 5 subsequence. But a subarray has a strict requirement, it should be continuous. Minus 2 1 is a continuous subset of elements, so it's a subarray. Minus 2 in itself is a subset. A single element can be a subset of a set. The single element is also a subarray of an array. So minus 2 is a subarray, minus 2 1 is a subarray. So now let's say that we only have two elements, minus 2 and 1 over here. If we have a single element, that element itself will be the maximum sum. But let's say we have two elements. In that case, there are two possibilities. Either we take the element's value itself, that is 1, that could be the maximum subarray sum, or we can basically add minus 2 plus 1, that will result in minus 1. So maximum of minus 1 and 1 is 1. In that case, we have the maximum sub as 1 if we have input arrays minus 2 and 1. So we can use this approach for rest of the elements. So what we need over here is that for every element we need to find the maximum of its own value, and also addition of the element that we currently have, the value that we currently have, and the max sum that we have found till now. For example, over here if you would see, let me open this and let me open this as well. Let me go down a bit. Okay, so in this, if you see, this is the nums array and this is the max sum till now, and let me adjust it. Okay, so over here, as when if let's assume that we only have minus 2 in the array. In that case, the maximum sub till now will be minus 2, the element itself. Let's assume that we have now minus 2 and 1 over here. So as I already said, there are two possibilities. Either we can take the maximum sub array will be 1, the element itself, or we can just add it, minus 2 plus 1, it will be minus 1. So the maximum of the current element, max of the current value of the element, or the max value of the previous element plus the value of the current element, current value of the element plus max value of the previous element. So if you see over here, the current value is 1, max value in the previous element was minus 2, and over here minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1, but we know that minus 1 is lesser than 1, that is the current value, so we will put max value till this is as 1. So let me also write down the index that we have, index as 1. It's getting cumbersome, but let's go forward. For index 2 over here, minus 3, we will use exactly same method, that is current value of the element, that is -3, and current value of the element, that is -3 plus max sum of the previous element, that is 1. So -3 plus 1 is equal to -2. So -2 is greater than -3, that is current element, so go with -2. Now go to 4 over here. The current value of the element is 4. Current value 4 plus max sum of the previous element, that is plus max sum till the previous element. 4 minus 2 is 2, so clearly 4 is better, so 4 is greater than it, so go 4. Then -1 we could have -1, or we could have -1 plus 4, that is 3, so 3 is greater than -1, so we put 3 over here in the max sum till now. And then over here we have 2 or 2 plus 3 is 5, so we put 5 over here. Then 1 or 1 plus 5, that is 6, we put 6 over here. -5 or 6 plus minus 5, that is 1, so put 1 over here. Then 4 or 4 plus 1, 5, so put 5 over here. Now we have to find the greatest of max sum till now, and the greatest is 6. The answer will be 6. Let me now go through the code that I have written. I'll just try to go through each and every statement that I have. This is the max subarray, and this is, first of all, I'll cache the length of the nums array, and then I find that if the nums length is equal to 1, directly return the first element. If it is equal to 2, then we'll find if it is a current element, or basically I'll go through this one, nums of 0 plus nums of 1, that is the previous element's max sum. And because we know that nums of 0 will always be the previous element max sum, so we just try to take nums of 0 plus nums of 1. And in this case we go for max till now, create an array, then we put 0th and first index as the same condition that we had over here. Then we follow the same approach over here, find the max sum till now, that is the current element plus the max sum till now of the previous element. Then we just keep track of the maximum result we have. Thank you so much for watching this video.